on the roof of the home, and while he was standing over there, he flips and he dies. So neither did he end up as a Muslim, and neither did he get what he wanted from marrying the woman. So that's the su'ul khatima, or the end, how you end your life. That's a very, very important thing that we have to always ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that has been part of the dua of the Prophet ﷺ and all the companions. That it's all what, if you sin all your life and you come the last moment and you worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and you repent to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, everything is going to be wiped. If you don't, you lose everything. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم فاستغفروه. We're going to go very briefly over the other two tools. The first one, the grief of the people of paradise. And this is very surprising. How would the people who won the prize have grief? Why would the people in the Jannah have hasra? Why? They got all what they want. I mean, what's the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ mentions that the people were one thing. They have grief over 1 hour. When you go into the Jannah, all your days and hours are basically shown in front of you, and you see them hour by hour, day by day. When every hour passes and they didn't make dhikr to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and they didn't use it for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that's when they feel the grief. Why did I use that hour for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? And some people, their days passes, their years passes without anything for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They do nothing. And see the difference. The people who won the prize, they have still grief, and some people get very upset that I missed this lottery ticket. I missed this, although he knows it's forbidden. But he has grief over a sin. These people have a grief that 1 hour they didn't use it for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that's the grief of the people of paradise. The last thing is the 5 tools that the companions used to use. Number 1 is try to stay in a group of people. That's a very important concept that the Prophet ﷺ emphasized many, many times. That the wolf eats from the sheep. When one sheep is astray from the herd, the wolf eats that sheep. But when the sheep are all together, the wolf never comes to them. When you're a group, the shaitan will never attack you. And you have to be very careful when you're choosing a friend. Who are you going to be friends with? Who's going to be the one, your companion in this life? Is it going to be a person that always tries you, okay, let's go have fun, let's go play, or is it going to be a person that always tells you, no, let's go pray, let's go catch the prayer in the masjid, let's go make that sadaqah, someone is in need, let's help him, etc. Who's going to be your friend? And who's your friend that's going to help you Allah? That's the first thing. The second thing is coming to the masjid. That if you try every day, if you try as much as possible to come to the masjid, and you come here to the masjid and you remember, why am I here in the masjid? I'm doing it for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Why am I praying in jama'ah? I could have just prayed at home. It would have taken me 3-5 minutes. Why did I spend like 20-30 minutes to come to the masjid? That point, it's always I remind you that why are we in this life? That this life is a race. I'm trying to be here, and it has been narrated many times in many scholars. One of the scholars I was reading his biography. He only prayed after an imam once in his life, or I think once or twice. All the other times he prays as an imam. So imagine that, once or twice in his life, and he doesn't even feel that he prayed. Not because he's the imam, no, because the concept that he was always there for Salatul Jama'ah. The other 3, I don't remember them. So, the other 3 were Luzum al-Jama'ah, Dhikr al-Maut, Al-Quran, reading from the Quran and always trying to understand the meanings and thinking about the Quran that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking to you. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in many verses that this Quran is an advice to you. It's not when we read the Quran and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking about a group of people who did this and that. It's not them. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala there is no use for us to know their stories. They already died, and their punishment or reward is with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Why is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioning it to us? He's mentioning it for us to think about what they did and try to hold ourselves accountable. So, Luzum al-Jama'ah, Salah, Al-Quran. Okay, inshallah, next khutbah we'll move on to the next, to what are the things that can hold us back and how to overcome them in order to reach the highest level in this race.